Is life really cheaper in the United States? Or is that just a myth? Are Canadians secretly paying more for the same lifestyle? From housing and groceries to healthcare, taxes, and day-to-day expenses, this video breaks down the real differences in cost of living between Canada and the US. If you're thinking of relocating, or just want to know where your dollar stretches farther in 2025, you won't want to miss this in-depth comparison. Segment 1. Housing costs. Renting versus owning. Housing is one of the biggest cost of living factors, and this is where things get interesting. In the US, housing prices vary wildly depending on state and city. Places like New York or San Francisco are notoriously expensive, but there are also affordable markets in places like Texas, Florida, or Ohio. In Canada, cities like Vancouver and Toronto are among the most unaffordable in the world. Even mid-sized cities like Ottawa or Halifax are seeing spikes. Renters in Canada often face tight markets, but the US offers more flexibility overall. We'll explore monthly mortgage averages, rental trends, and property taxes in both countries. Segment 2. Groceries and everyday essentials. How much are you paying at the checkout? Grocery prices in Canada tend to be higher, partly due to supply chains, climate, and import costs. Eggs, dairy, and fresh produce can cost significantly more north of the border. The US benefits from massive agricultural output, making food slightly more affordable in many regions. However, tipping, culture, and sales tax differences can influence your final bill. We'll break down the cost of a typical grocery basket in both countries and reveal surprising gaps. Segment 3. Healthcare. Free versus affordable. This is where philosophy and pocketbooks collide. Canada's universal healthcare system means you are not paying out of pocket for doctor visits or hospital stays, but you are paying for it in taxes. In the US, healthcare is often employer-based, or comes with monthly premiums, deductibles, and co-pays. That said, the system offers more private options, faster service in some areas, and greater choice. We'll compare typical health expenses for families in both countries, because free isn't always free. Segment 4. Taxes. The hidden cost. Canadians pay more in income taxes and sales taxes than most Americans. But that money funds public services like healthcare, maternity leave, and infrastructure. The US has lower federal taxes for many income brackets, but state taxes can be steep in places like California or New York. Sales tax in Canada ranges from 5% to 15% depending on province, while US states vary between 0% to 10%. We'll also touch on property tax, gas tax, and capital gains rules that influence how much you really keep in your pocket. Segment 5. Transportation, gas, and insurance. Owning a car in Canada can be significantly more expensive, especially when you factor in insurance rates and gas prices, which are usually higher than in the US. Public transportation in major Canadian cities is reliable but often expensive. US cities vary. Some have excellent transit systems, others are completely car-dependent. We'll compare monthly transportation budgets, gas prices per liter, gallon, and insurance premiums. Segment 6. Education and childcare costs. Canada's public school system is generally strong and funded through taxes. University tuition is lower than in the US, especially for residents. The US offers more prestigious institutions, but at a premium. Childcare costs in both countries are climbing. In Canada, some provinces offer subsidized daycare programs. In the US, childcare often comes with higher out-of-pocket expenses unless offset by state programs or employer benefits. Segment 7. Quality of life. Plus verdict. So, where is it better to live? That depends on your lifestyle. Canada offers security, safety, and stability, with high taxes and expensive housing. The US offers variety, lower taxes, and cheaper consumer goods, but healthcare and education may cost more. If I had to summarize, Canada might be better for families and healthcare peace of mind. The US might be better for entrepreneurs and cost-conscious earners. Comment below. Where would you rather live? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more real-world comparisons that matter.